have to be intentional. The happiness, it's not something out there. It's not something around me. It's not people. It's not jobs. It's not money. So often, and in fact, I'd probably say most people go through life letting life happen to them.
He's the happiness guide, reminding us that the life we want starts with the choices we make every day. Hey, Ken. So welcome to Shine AF. I am so glad you are here. It's been a long time, so it's good to see you again.
It's good to see you as well. It has been a while, but it feels like yesterday as well.
I know. I know. All right, Ken, let's jump in. So an accounting professor, a musician, someone who's traveled the world talking about happiness, and then you go and ride a Harley across the country in honor of your best friend, and then turn it into a song. I mean, that's a life right there. Like that's a lot right there. But before we jump into the questions that I have, I just want to sit with this for a moment. You talk about happiness as a choice, and that's something people hear all the time, but don't always feel. So tell me, what does that really look like to you in this season of your life?
About happiness and choices and all that. So, yeah, and I'm at another whole season of life thinking about retirement in a couple of years and all of that. But it's interesting, Nicole. I won't bore you with all the details of the last whatever years and different things that have happened in life. But throughout all of that, I chose to practice happiness. And I've never been more at peace in my entire life. And that's probably the best way to put it. I'm more at peace now than ever. And when I talk about happiness as a choice, it's something we actually have to deliberately practice. We have to deliberately do. We can't just say, yeah, I want to be happy, and then that's it. We need to learn how to practice that. And I've been giving these speeches for 15, 16 years, and I keep learning every time I give another one. So it's just that, learning the practice.
I love it. It's the idea of being intentional, right? So
Very.
With that, when you say you have to choose, some people be like, oh, that's just easy to say, but you don't have a choice. But you really do have a choice to be happy. I mean, if you're blessed to wake up every morning, that's one big part of it. But talk a little bit more as far as the importance of you choosing it.
Okay. I will say so often, and in fact, I'd probably say most people go through life letting life happen to them. You know, I'm going to work and, oh, look, I got a promotion. That's good. I'm starting a family. We're just going through life. Life is just happening to us. If we want to be happy, though, that's a different path. It's good to go do the promotion, have the family, buy the car, buy the house. But the idea that I need to choose to be happy means this is my life. I think I'll run my life and not just let life happen to me. So in doing that, I am practicing, and that's what we talk about a lot, are certain lessons to learn about things you can do every day to practice to be happier. And so the idea is it's inside out. So many people say, oh, I got this happening in my life or this happening in my life. Health, family, financial stuff, et cetera, et cetera. What we find is all that stuff only contributes to about 10% of your happiness. The rest of it's all you. It's all you. So that's where you got to make the choice. I'm going to go down this path. I'm going to be happier.
Yeah, I love that. I remember back in the day, which is 20 years ago now, as far as when I was single, I remember dating, and I still have friends now who are dating. And I said the same thing that they say today, and I have to check them on that. They always say, oh, I want to meet somebody who can make me happy. And I realized at that time, it's not on that person to make me happy. And when I tell my friends that too, they look at me, they're like, but don't want to meet somebody to make me happy? I said, of course you do, but it's not their job.
That's right.
Right. Ultimately, that's on you. You have to make yourself happy. You can't get with someone, or even, like you said, you can't get with the job. It's not the job's duty to fulfill you. You have to find it.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And I love that example because we do so often. In fact, I record these little quick videos every day. And there was one I just did about I'll be happy when. That phrase, I'll be happy when. Or it's the same thing what you're talking about. I want to meet someone to make me happy. No, I need to be happy hopefully they're happy, and then we meet, and that's a beautiful thing. Or we work down the same path together. And so it's truly a matter that we just got to use the word intentional. We have to be intentional. We have to decide the happiness. It's not something out there. It's not something around me. It's not people. It's not jobs. It's not money. It's not jets. It's not whatever. I'm going to just be happy.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. All right, Ken, well, we're going to dive into our Shine AF questions because some of these I cannot wait to get some answers from you. When you even hear the phrase Shine AF, what does that mean to you personally?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I saw what your title, and I love that. It's like, I'm going to live my best life.
Yeah.
That's what it hit with me right away. I don't know what your particular interpretation is. Shine AF means kind of like happiness. It's my decision. Let's go do this. I'm going to live a magnificent life. Mm-hmm. I'm going to shine. So that's what I interpreted. It's kind of like from me out, and I think we're therefore spreading a lot of the kind of same philosophy. Yeah. And so that's what I think about, is getting the most out of you and your life and living a magnificent life.
I love that. So what's one moment in your life or career where you had to remind yourself to shine even when everything felt messy?
I could give you quite a few of those, Nicole, and the jobs I've had. If I could, I'm going to use two examples. One is more personal, and it was the death of my best friend in 2018. And we'd been best friends for 50 years. And we would always ride motorcycles together, et cetera. Then he got killed on a motorcycle. And then you mentioned earlier, I flew out to San Diego, bought his old motorcycle, not the one he died on, but another one, and drove it across the country. But it was a tough time. It was a tough time. And so it was like, how do we get through this? How do we turn this into positive? How do I shine? And so you just have to do that. And I had to just keep reminding myself, Ken, we go. We're gonna have a great life. And the other time was when I was wrestling with going to another university and taking the job of president. And it involved a move of the family. I had kids who were teenagers, and just different things were pressuring, and I was feeling motivated in different directions, honestly, to stay, to leave, etc. And it took some real just like focus, etc., to then come back and say, boom, this is my life. What do I want from my life? How do I shine at this moment, to use your word? And the answer to me was clear, extremely clear. And it was, no, I don't need that to fulfill me. I need me to fulfill me. And I went back 8 years ago to be a professor. And so that's what I'm doing now. And it was a beautiful decision.
I'm just curious, how does your family feel about that decision? Because I know I'm sure it was like talking to your family and wanting to get their input.
Oh, yeah.
But like you said, this was you were thinking about your life, but even though they're part of it, of course.
Sure, of course. It's interesting. Always supportive. Yeah, let's go. We even went and looked at houses and did lots of things. Oh, it's exciting. It was going to be a fun location down in Florida. And there was lots of positivity. But at the same time, I could feel tension from, my daughter's like, wait a minute, I got to pack up and leave friends. My wife at that time, was supportive. And honestly, though, what hit, we were sitting there having a glass of wine at the table, and she and I were talking about the possibilities of this. And I said, I'm just really torn. And she just looked up and said, you know your speeches? And I said, yeah. She said, why don't you take your own advice? And so, in other words, it was, live this life for you. Don't feel like you have to chase things. And so once I made that decision, actually they were all ecstatic. So it all worked out great.
Yeah. I love that. Take your own advice. So confidence isn't always loud. What does it look like for you when it's quiet?
Quiet confidence. When I do some executive leadership, coaching, as I think you do as well. And when I do executive coaching, I have people read the book Good to Great. The Jim Collins books talks about what makes companies truly great when others don't reach that level, and what are some of the differences. And one of the keys is leaders. And we find that leaders are not necessarily, great leaders are not necessarily charismatic, not even extroverted all the time. It's just this quiet, I'm here I love my people. I'm going to take care of my people. I'm going to take care of my organization. And so that's what I think of with that. And in fact, I do a lot of these studies of levels of leadership, et cetera, something called constructive developmental theory that's pretty cool. And what we find are people who get to that top level, they're not big and loud. I try to give people this image. That's somebody who can walk into a room, maybe in another country even, and just absorb from the people, from the location, just learn every day, not coming in like, I got all the answers. Instead, it's, I'm going to come in and connect. To me, that's what that looks like.
I love that, because what I'm hearing is they don't make it about themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The greatest leaders was Simon Sinek has a book that I just used for some training, and it's what leaders eat last. And so I had the idea of being an empathetic, supportive leader.
Yeah. I love that. Who or what helps you get your shine back when life tries to dim it?
Well, I mean, my family, my girls, my fiance, just, there's all of that. But also just connections, friends. I keep referencing books. There's another book about the longest Harvard study. I think it's now been going on for 90 years. And they found the most important thing. They've been tracking people over time. And what were the traits that brought people to a long life, a happy life, and whatever. And the number one thing was relationships with other people. And so if I'm going through connect. You have to connect. And being around others who support me daily and all that is wonderful, and they're always there. But there's just something about having people to lean on, and that matters. And that's what they're referencing in that study, is not just friends, it's true friends who you can cry with. Yeah. You can laugh with, you can cry with, you can tell your secrets to them. You don't have to have a bunch of them, but if you have that, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, I call those folks, as far as they can, we pick up the phone and I can just say one word and they know, like, okay, what's going on? You know what I mean? It's like, or I don't have to say anything. I'm silent. They're like, okay, what's going on?
Oh, I get it. They just know you, right?
Yeah.
I love those moments. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely. If someone watching this is struggling to believe in their own light, what would you tell them right now?
I would tell them to start reading something positive or listening to something positive. If somebody's struggling and all that, I think what they need to picture, what they need to imagine is there's a path right over there. I can just walk to that path. It doesn't mean I'm at the end of the path. I'm going to just go to that path and I'm going to start going down that path is happiness. That path is satisfaction with life. So I can do that. So no matter what's happening around me, I still have that path I can go on. So if I choose to do it, I can start that day. So I talk about picking up different books that feed positivity, maybe give you lessons on happiness or life satisfaction, whatever. You always say, hey, be reading something positive all the time, because what that does is it retrains your subconscious to be positive, to be very positive, and eventually to be happy. So it's kind of like, I'm going to draw a line in the sand today. It's tough. I'm struggling. All right, let's pick myself up. Now let's go walk to the beginning of that path and see if we can just go down a little bit each day.
Yeah. You know what I love about that, Ken, is the idea too, that every day you wake up, you have just with what you're saying, you have a do-over. You get a do-over. For some people, it's like, oh, well, when exactly do I start? Just start the next day. That's it. Yeah. Start the next day. So. And
I talk about forgiveness and compassion and all that, and forgive yourself. We're going to slip. We're going to have tough times and all that. But what you just referenced, I love. In fact, I did a video the other day saying, how do you wake up in the morning? And it was this idea that so many people wake up and it's like, oh, I don't want to do that. I mean, we've all been, it's cold outside, it's raining, I don't want to walk the dog, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But how about we wake up in the morning with gratitude? Here we go. It's another day. It's another day to do something new. Yeah. Let's go enjoy. Why not?
Yeah. Why
And
not?
what we
Yeah, why
find is
not?
that just changes everything. Like you said, I love that idea.
Yeah.
It's a do over. Okay.
Yeah.
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 Let's do today. We're not worried about yesterday. Let's go.
Yeah. I love it. All right. If your confidence had a theme song, what would it be and why? Because again, you're the music guy, you're the musician. So
Oh Lord, if my no, to ask me that again, if my
your confidence had a theme song.
confidence, well, I don't know if I'm very confident, but it's golly, trying to think of all kinds of and there's all kinds of music running through my
Yeah.
head right now.
Yeah.
And geez, there's 5 or 6. One song that comes to mind it's a poignant song, but it's this idea of and I think it comes around to confidence or whatever, and it's "Live Like You Were Dying." I believe Tim McGraw sang it. I think it was a country song, a Nashville thing. But I used to live up there, so got very connected to that.
Yeah.
But there's those types of things. I mean, I grew up playing blues music. So to me, that kind of captures a certain feeling. I grew up in Memphis, around the Delta of Mississippi, et cetera, playing a lot of that music.
You're in the heart of it.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I was playing guitar in Phoenix one time, and I came off the stage, and a guy walked up, and he said, "You played like you're from Memphis." And I said, "I can die now. I'm happy." He said, "You got a funk." But so much of that is about feeling your feelings.
Yeah.
But I'm in control.
Yeah.
So I'm confident that my feelings are not going to take me over. I'm going to let them out. I'm going to express it. And then we're going to move on. We're going to move on. So we're going to feel what we're feeling, or to live like you were dying. It's this idea of embrace each day and what we find is if we stretch comfort zones, we gain more confidence. So that's why I tell people, go travel internationally. Go somewhere you've not been. When you think, "Oh, I don't want to go there," go there.
Right.
Stretch that comfort zone. Stretch that comfort zone, Yeah. So, I don't know if I can come up with anything perfect for that, but yeah.
No, that's a good one. I like Tim McGraw, so that's a good one.
Yeah.
Who would play you in the movie version of your life?
Well, Bruce Willis.
I was like, duh.
Yeah.
Of course.
It may not look like it here, but I probably get stopped 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Somebody saying, "You look like Bruce Willis." Or when I was in Italy one time, and I got up with my friends, were all sitting there, and I got up to leave, and the service staff came running over to them and said, "We didn't want to bother with him when he was here, but that's Bruce Willis with you, isn't it?" Yeah. And so anyway,
I'd have been like,
that
yes.
would probably be it. That'd probably be it. If it's not that, it's somebody who's a true smart aleck, like a Chevy Chase or something like that. So.
What's one trend or moment right now that makes you either roll your eyes or shout yes?
One trend is in the workplace, and it's kind of going back and forth, honestly. A key element to leadership for me is trust, being a person of trust and extending trust to others. And what we find is in workplaces where there is trust and respect and empathy, people thrive and they want to stay there. And so one of the trends that's going on right now is this idea of, it sounds simple, work from home.
Right.
And then some organizations are pulling back on that, et cetera. But I love the trend because it shows I care about you, my employee. If you'd rather be home a couple of days a week or whatever, do that. If we have a problem at some point down the road, we'll remedy that problem. But this idea of establishing culture and developing culture and showing empathy and letting people have some run of their lives, I think is a wonderful trend. Again, some of that's getting pulled back, but I think long term, that's a definite trend.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm with you on that, because to me, what that says is, I hear you. And every employee wants to be heard. So it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Number one reason people leave jobs is lack of respect for them and their time. And it's kind of like, "Oh, I own you for these hours." No. I I'm working and I'll give you my best. In fact, I'll give you more than 100%. That kind of thing. It's just let me kind of do my thing as well. Yeah.
All right, Ken, coffee, cocktails, or mocktails? What's your go-to that fuels you?
I do love a glass of wine in the evening. I love to come in and sit down and sit on the back deck. And Tavi and I will sit back there and enjoy a glass of wine. So I do that. But
what kind of wine is it? Everybody's gonna be like, "Well, you didn't ask it. What kind of wine is it?"
Okay. I'm an enigma wrapped in a riddle. It's, if I had my go-to, it'd be a big, heavy, expensive French red wine.
Okay.
That's, like a Chateau Margaux or a Chateau Briand or something like that. And then at the other spectrum, what I tend to go and pour on my deck is a wine from Costco that is $5 a bottle, and it's Pinot Grigio, and I love it. Everybody thinks I'm just weird, which is probably true. But also, you know what? And you talk about coffee, you know what I picture? What I picture, some of my favorite times are when I was in another country, such as in Romania or Italy or France or somewhere. And that morning coffee, when you go sit outside on a cobblestone street and you're getting the coffee, the espresso, and just sitting there soaking in that, there's nothing quite like it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What's the lesson your life keeps teaching you that you want others to hear?
It's the thing that my father used to say all the time. Ken, this isn't a dress rehearsal. Live your life. Live your life.
I love that.
And candidly, early in my adulthood, I had lots of anxiety and different things, and using a lot of these techniques, et cetera, I've learned how to be a person with no worry, try to minimize complaining. I can't say I always do. And just living a good life, regardless of what's around me, because this isn't a dress rehearsal. I need to choose each day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Right now, I'm shining AF because
I could say I'm talking to you. Isn't that good?
well, I would love that, but
there you go. But that's good. It is good. It sounds unusual, but I think I have 4 speeches scheduled in the next 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
And I love doing my happiness speeches. I just love doing happiness speeches. And so I get to go do that, and I get to connect to people. And what I love is I got some people will come back. There's a dear friend of mine I'm going to see next week, and we've been friends 16 years. And he still talks about, Ken, I practice this every day. I practice this every day. And what a difference it makes. So I feel like I'm making a difference. And I think that's the key. If I make any money on this, or in fact, 90% of my speeches are free. So it's hard to make money on that. And so it's not about that. It's about, I get to spread this joy, this happiness that can change people's lives. And I have a number of times I can do that in the next few weeks. So yeah, and then I'm getting married in May as well. So that's another bright thing out there.
Congratulations. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh.
She'd kill me if I didn't say that. So. No, I'm kidding.
Well, that's amazing. And just thank you so much because, we know each other from back in the day when I was getting the MBA, and you were always just so nice and just so available. And I just loved having this conversation with you. It was like we kind of picked up where we left off those years ago. So I appreciate you. And just like you choose happiness, thank you for choosing this podcast.
Well, thank you, Nicole. It was an honor to be asked. It's wonderful watching you shine. You did then, and you're doing it even more now. So congratulations on what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks, Ken.
Yes. Thanks so much, Nicole. Take care.
That was Ken Harmon reminding us that shining AF starts with the small choices that shape a happier life. Don't forget, hit subscribe and follow me at thenicolegray.com.